Well guys, just like that, I'm being kicked out.
Oh, I thought you could do your homework.
Yeah. No, I got to go and spray the 80 hectares where my house is, so.
That way if he sprays out his wife's garden, it's not my fault.
That's the real reason.
That's the real reason.
Well, good morning everybody. It is a little before 6 in the morning. I got the early shift today. Well, it's not that early, but early for me. So we're going to fire her up. I've checked the oils, and I'll probably put you on time lapse while I'm filling up the seed and the fert, and might even be able to catch the sunrise on time lapse. We'll see how good my videography skills are. Right, well that's all warming up. I'll go get sorted down here. Well guys, JD must have filled up for me last night, so that was nice. So I'm going to be going before the sun's up, but I'll put the camera up here. We'll see if we can get that sunrise. It may, I don't know, it's probably still 10 minutes away, but we'll see. Just like that, I'm being kicked out. First time on the planter and you kicked me out. I settled in for the morning. Man, a stuff after carry.
Just for a few hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you could do your homework.
Yeah. No, I got to go and spray the 80 hectares where my house is, so.
That way if he sprays out his wife's garden, it's not my fault.
That's the real reason.
That's the real reason.
Not that we have much of a garden. We've got a few fruit trees. No. Oh, it's going good.
Well, no,
So,
it looks good, eh?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. I think we've got 0 wheel slip.
Yeah, no, I think we're about 6%.
It's kind of very easy.
Yes. No, it is quite
if every
nice.
year was like this, anyway.
You'd have a lot less grey hairs.
It's the extremes that make us, give us character, isn't it?
Maybe I should sneak a drone shot. You reckon I'll get in trouble? They sometimes get a little touchy about wasting time. I reckon I can do it. guys, I'll be back in a little bit. Should only take me maybe 2 or 3 hours, and yeah, then we'll be back into the planting. There'll be a bit of spraying going on tomorrow. I'll be spraying the south lease block with the grasshopper. So we've got to do a spray before we plant and then a spray after we plant. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to this lovely morning. We're at the south lease block, and today is a day where I'm going to be on the grasshopper spraying plus the planter. So the Steiger with the Boss planter is coming down. So I think Phil, JD and Dad will be organising getting that down here, and we are going to be planting here today and maybe into tomorrow, depending how it all goes. But I've just come up to the little hill here. It's pretty well smack bang in the middle of this property. That's where I set up the GPS base, and yeah, we can see where I've got a spray and all down this way. But we just had a bit of a rain cloud come through, so I was driving up and I'm like, well, this isn't very good. It's not very conducive to spraying when it's raining. But I think it's just enough to wet the rocks. It's not yeah, not going to make a mess at all, so it'll be fine. I'll mix up a spray and get into it, and just, yeah, make sure that the leaves have dried off somewhat at least, so the chemical can get onto there. Right, we're going to give this just a once over, make sure there's nothing major that I can see. Shouldn't be. I've already checked the oil. That was good. We've got a little bit of oil in the sight glass up there for the hydraulics. That's good. And I think we're ready to see if it'll fire up. Now, I haven't used this since I repaired that air conditioning hose. So that's the other thing to test. Come on, that's on. Old Faithful. It's getting cold. I'd say it's working. So I've just got normal glyphosate, and then we've got a residual chemical that we put down before the planter. So yeah, we've got this chemical we're putting down with the Roundup, and it is just pre-emergent control. So it says there mainly for annual ryegrass, barley grass, annual phalaris, silvergrass, and yeah, all of that. So it's sort of like a pre-emergent for grass weeds, and that really helps to get it a bit more under control. So alright guys, I'll talk to you when we're in the sprayer going. Well guys, we're progressing nicely, and I stumbled across a planter. So they made it down, got set up, and yeah, making a start here. So don't need to go in very deep at all. They are talking more rain, so it's one of those things, it's hard to, how do you say, you can't predict how much rain you're going to get, and if you go in too deep thinking that you may not get much rain, and you want to go in reasonably deep so you can actually get good moisture down there around the seed, all of that. But the problem with that is if you do get quite a bit of rain, it can make it hard for the seed to get out of the ground. So if you sort of get, if you know there's rain coming, sometimes it's better to go shallower. Yeah, anyway, just one of those things. Very difficult to make that call sometimes, but particularly in these lighter soils, you want to go a bit shallower, because that wets up really quick with water, and you don't want, yeah, you don't want it to be too deep down, because it can take a while to come through, and then it can also crust over, which means the seed can't, or the plant can't punch through. So that can happen too. So there's a massive amount of different scenarios, options, and you just got to pick one and hope for the best, basically. I think that's farming in a nutshell. Well, interesting, there seems to be a very, very small bit of a shower looking on the radar, and it's nailed us. So currently we've got water dripping everywhere. What that means is that possibly what I've sprayed in the last hour or so is not going to really work. The residual will. It'll be going into the soil, which is where you want it, but the Roundup won't be able to kill the plants. So I guess I'll just wait for the rain to finish and might have to redo a bit. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Right. Well, JD, don't know why that's all foggy. We are just leaving the house for a minute. I'm going to go and pick up JD or have a bit of a look at the planter there, check how it's going. It yeah, it did rain for 10 or so minutes, so we'll just wait and see. It seems like the back section here has copped a bit more than I was right on the edge of it with the sprayer, so that's yeah, it's a bit annoying having to respray a bit, but there may be yeah, I might be able to still keep spraying just a bit further along, so that might keep me busy for today at least. So anyway, we'll see what we find here. I don't think JD could be any possibly further away. I think he's right in the back corner, so we'll see how we all go. Sorry guys, I was talking business, I forgot to pick up the camera, but I was just with JD there. I think we'll probably, yeah, it's not going to take that long as it doesn't rain again. Yeah, maybe half hour to an hour, and I think it'll be all right to go again, but he's just actually going to maybe come back over to the other paddock just nearby here, and it is more sort of sandy soil, which can, the moisture sort of drains through that pretty quick and it doesn't block up the machine as much. So and I think it was less rain there as well, so he's going to he might just try that, and that way we can actually be planting something rather than sitting around for a half hour or an hour. But I think I've got some spraying I can go on with, and then I'll worry about doing the respraying. I'll do it later. So this is where I think JD might be better off going. Yeah, it's all pretty good there. It's not picking up a lot, but yeah, it gets sandier up here, so I think it'll be worth a shot. Hopefully the sun can come out, but there is just a few scattered showers about, and we got absolutely nailed with one that wouldn't move. So that is how the cookie crumbled today. Well guys, we managed to, well yeah, it's basically the end of the day now, so I did get a bit of drone footage just as JD was coming in to fill up. So we're here, lovely evening, and I can just sit here and watch JD work. Is that right?
Yeah, you can do
You know how to do it all yourself now?
I got taught by the best.
So, what do you need? The Echo?
Yeah.
I'll do the right thing. I'll give him a hand before I take off. It is a bit nicer to have someone to guide you up with the trucks. Otherwise you guess where your back wheel's got to be, throw your hat on the ground and hope for the best. Oh, so many different machines you've got to figure out how to use. I know, this one's got a start button. Let the air build up. Look at that for a sunset. Beautiful. Look at that for a view. The camera seems to squish everything down a bit, but it's good. Anyway, I'll help JD here fill up, and then I've got to take off. I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, I've got one more load to do before the planter, and then I'll probably go straight into going where the planter's been, and yeah, then I can just be running behind the planter, so that'll be good. It is the next day, and I'm actually, yeah, I've already started on the spray after the planter. So it, we ended up changing it slightly. We were going to put down a chemical and a residual spray, but we're just doing the residual spray at the minute. And yeah, that should do what we want. But I thought, you know, it's not a planting video without a bit of a dig in the dirt and see if we can find some seeds. But this was sown, I don't know, might have been, oh, it would have been close to 24 hours ago. And let's just have a look here. So this got that little bit of rain yesterday on it as well. This looks like a good spot. So there's still some moisture there. So that's where the press wheels has pressed it in. So hopefully about an inch under here. Look at that, straight away. About an inch there. There's the seed, the wheat seed. And you can see, hang on, I'll wipe a bit of the dirt off it. It probably won't focus, but right on the end there you can see a little tiny white bit, and that is the shoot starting to pop out. So that's cool. Let's see if we can find some more. Should be, man, you'd never find it first go like that. That was lucky. There's one down here. There's actually that white stuff there, that's a bit of the starter fertilizer. You can see it's starting to break down in the moisture. All right, there's a shoot that's even a bit bigger. So it's cool. Put him back in there. Need every one we can get this year. So that's good. It's got about an inch of compressed dirt that is got moisture in it. That's given it good seed contact, and yeah, within 24 hours it's got a shoot starting to come out, so that's perfect. So yeah, the rest of the day I'm going to be doing as much spraying as I can to catch up to the sprayer, to the planter. So it's basically, instead of the planter chasing me around, I'm going to be chasing it around. So we'll see whether we can catch up. Well guys, it's a lovely evening. It is all going well. There's been no major issues. I won't mention that I only made it back by the skin of my teeth back to the ute to put some fuel in this thing. I nearly very nearly ran it out of fuel again. Totally forgot. So yeah, that almost happened, but no, other than that, planting's going well. It's looking really good. We haven't had any breakdowns as such, so beautiful. So we're gonna hopefully finish this up tonight. I may have to come back in the morning and just do one load tomorrow morning, but yeah, by that stage the planting should all be done, and we're going to take the planter and probably this thing too to the development block, because that's where we're going to be sowing next. And they're talking a bit of rain on the weekend, so we probably will wait till after the rain till we start sowing there, but we really need to get a couple of loads out at least to spray on a couple of bad paddocks before the rain, hopefully. So that's what's happening. Not sure if that will be covered in the next video or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.